Hey guys, let's get more news about Lakers, but first, don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. Lakers legend gets emotional when discussing year of the coup. Former Los Angeles Lakers guard Michael Cooper won 5 NBA championships during his 12-year career. He played a key role in helping the Lakers become the most dominant franchise in the 1980s. While it was Magic Johnson, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and James Worthy claiming much of the headline space, Cooper simply went about his business. The 6'7", second-round pick out of New Mexico didn't care about stats. He was all about sacrifice when transition into the NBA. He filled a perfect role with the Lakers and filled his hand with championship rings. Nearly 35 years after playing his last NBA game, Cooper is finally getting his individual accolades. He became emotional when discussing life in 2024, calling it the year of the co-op. Cooper never basked in the spotlight. Early in his career, he was simply a player looking to find his way on an NBA roster full of stars. At New Mexico, he averaged better than 16 points in his final season. With the Lakers, he knew with all the star power they had, he had to change his game a bit and find a different path to make the team. He made his living in the NBA as one of the best defenders in the game. "This is what people don't realize," Cooper told former NBA star Rick Barry on The Rick Barry Show. "They look at me as a defensive player, but I averaged 27 points a game in junior college, my sophomore year. When I first got to the Lakers, they told me, we got Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Norm Nixon, Jamal Wilkes," Cooper told former Lakers teammate Byron Scott on Scott's Off the Dribble podcast. "I don't need nobody else shooting the ball. That's kind of how I got into the forte of being a good defensive player." While the Showtime Lakers of the 80s were typically labeled Magic's team or Kareem's team, Cooper went out and guarded the opponent's top player. He did it with little fanfare. Now, he's getting the recognition he deserves. The Lakers will retire Cooper's jersey on January 13 at Crypto.com Arena. Boston Celtics legend Larry Bird once paid Cooper the ultimate compliment, saying that Cooper was the only player who could slow him down. During the 1986 NBA Finals against the Houston Rockets, Bird mentioned Cooper, even though he wasn't playing in the series. "Michael Cooper's not in this series, and he's the only one who can really shut me down," Bird said of Cooper, according to Sports Illustrated. Now, Cooper's time has come. Earlier in 2024, Cooper was inducted into the Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Fame. In August 2024, Cooper found out the Lakers were retiring his number 21. "My grandmother used to tell me, Michael, keep on living, and you're going to experience some things," Cooper said on his Showtime with Coop podcast. "I'm 68 years old and had a wonderful NBA career. My after-basketball career has been fabulous, but I'm experiencing something very fantastic, and I'm going to call it the year of the co-op. I've always played this game for the love of the game, but some magnificent individual accolades have been bestowed upon me, first being named into the Hall of Fame. I thought the dream had ended right there, but the Lakers have bestowed upon me probably the most prestigious awards any NBA player, any athlete, can get. They're going to retire my jersey January 13th. If we weren't on camera, I'd be crying, but I did my crying last night, so I've got a chance to talk about it like an adult. You know what, man, that, there, is the ultimate award. What that means is that every time you walk into Crypto.com, an arena where the Lakers play, that jersey is going to be up there with some of the best that's ever played this game." Reks Impact is already being felt by Lakers. The Los Angeles Lakers hired Redick as their head coach earlier this summer. They had previously released Darvin Ham after failing to build on the Lakers' trip to the Western Conference Finals in 2023. Redick has been tasked with making the purple and gold competitive while also implementing a new player development system. According to Dan Woik of the Los Angeles Times, some Lakers players already feel Redick's impact as the team begins to ramp up ahead of training camp. Reks reporting is based on the different training regimes Reks has instilled for the players who are already back in Los Angeles and working with the team. Those workouts are the first in the formalized relationship between Reks, his staff and the players, and the first impression might offer some hints as to how the new coach will operate, Reks reported. Workouts have featured more live basketball, 1-on-1 and 3-on-3, than past summers when the focus was more on individual, non-competitive work. Reks is gearing up for his rookie season as a head coach. He has no experience on the sidelines at any professional level, yet he has found himself guiding one of the most prominent teams in the world. Put bluntly, he stepped directly into a pressure cooker and will be forced to sink or swim. Nevertheless, the Lakers needed a fresh voice in the locker room. Reks will immediately have the respect of his players due to his history in the league. He will also bring modern ideas to the table and has amassed an experienced coaching staff to help him navigate the ups and downs of a season. It's not clear what the front office expects from Reks in the upcoming season. If he prioritizes internal development and a more expansive style of play, though, he could be a big hit with the Lakers in the coming years. Grade the trade. Realistic Blazers proposal has Jerami Grant landing with Lakers. Jerami Grant is 30 years old and still in his prime, yet he's the oldest player on the rebuilding Portland Trail Blazers roster. Because he doesn't fit the timeline of a team coming off of a 21-win season, it makes sense for Portland to explore trading one of their best players, but it has to be the right deal. The Blazers and general manager Joe Cronin have no reason to rush into a trade just for the sake of moving Grant. While his contract is questionable, Portland is already under the luxury tax after moving Malcolm Brogdon. Grant also isn't taking away a spot in the starting lineup from an up-and-coming player who should be considered a surefire starter at this point in their career, although Toumani Camara had an impressive rookie year. Bleacher Report's Zach Buckley recently proposed trade packages to move the NBA's worst contracts, listing Bradley Beal, Zach LaVine, Jordan Poole, and Grant. The Blazers forward, who still has 4 years and $132.4 million remaining in his contract, was mentioned in a mock trade involving the Los Angeles Lakers. The Lakers are in win-now mode with a 39-year-old LeBron James and desperately need to add a third star to play alongside him and Anthony Davis. But do they give the Blazers enough in this mock deal to make it worth it for Portland? And you, fan? What do you think of the situation of Jerami Grant? Leave your opinion in the comments.